thing. I did the mother thing. Anxiety is my anxiety. Oh.
I finally finished the other one.
Yeah, them crossword puzzles gonna keep y'all sharp.
I'm tired.
Oh, I might have to go to this trailblazing. 100 years of trailblazing. I don't like this. Who is these people?
What happened, dude?
My eyes is burning now. It's time to go wash this off. Oh, there it go.
What?
My eyes is burning.
Anxiety.
And is my nose running?
Oh, okay, buddy. Ooh, wipe under the
Sister, look at my nose. I put a little powder on my nose and it got a little powder under my nose. Let me get rid of that. Yes. Welcome to the live. Hey. Bye. Because they be coming on and then it be like one person on the live, 0 people on the live. The phone be hanging up. Ren, welcome. Anxiety is my anxiety. Oh, it's my anxiety. Oh, somebody's
It's them
watching
taking
me.
that dance from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
You can play music on here. Oh, that's cool. What elevator music is? Elevator music too is more calm, huh? Oh, this is giving some clubs where they do that stuff. I forgot how to connect that game to this thing. That's what a real school nigga got. The ones playing the game, it's over. Now I feel like if I can connect to this LJK while I do the talking. That's crazy.
I see how it is.
Voice effects. Sound effects. That's my favorite one. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Aren't you glad?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Moo.
Go to bed. It's 8:20. It's 8:30. Time to go to bed. It's time for you to go to bed.
Bro, you just want me to go because you're not happy.
I'm not mad. It is time for bed. Come on, close the book. Layla.
Okay, wait. I'm on.
What you writing? Because LJ gonna do it anyways. I don't know why you trying to do the crossword puzzle. I done gave him that book. If he share it with you, he share it. But it's practically his now. Now he done lost the page.
No, wait. I have my email.
Anxiety, anxiety, oh, it's my anxiety. This is a big flyer for an event.
I need batteries for my alarm clock.
You need batteries?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for the likes. Bring me the alarm clock. Let me see. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the likes. Jane reading. Let me see. Star quality. Is dead?
Yeah.
Is that why you didn't wake up on time this morning?
No.
Look in there for some batteries. You need to plug this up. You close to a plug, ain't it?
Yeah, but it be knocking when the auntie be cleaning. She be knocking stuff down.
Because I was going to say just do it. Put it on the lower shelf.
And I don't.
The plug is, I'd have to find the damn plug.
Yeah.
How many batteries this thing use? 3? Them ain't even the right ones. It's AAA.
This is AAA.
How many A's you see on there?
Don't.
Thank you for the likes. Drop a comment what y'all want to chat about. Racial disparities in healthcare is tomorrow. Let me put the live event up so people can know and register for it. So every Thursday at 6 p.m., that's when we have class. Gen X Experience. That's interesting. Hey, King Camille. Her and I did a live episode together. It's on our YouTube. We did a live episode. It's on our YouTube, y'all. I'm good. Angela Marie, welcome to the live. Thank you for asking. How was your day? I had my meeting today. That went well. I didn't take the meeting like this, of course. I just did my makeup recently, and I went on YouTube and recorded a video. I got to get my iPad. Where's my iPad? Is it over there? Let me get the 3 batteries.
It take 3?
Yeah, take 3.
I thought it take 4.
No, it's 3.
You sure? I was just want to make sure.
That's good. Get my iPad. I want to see if the video... The thing I like about going live on YouTube is that the video will upload soon as you get off of YouTube. I'm tired. I ended up taking a nap. Did some chores. Brought a couple of things and then was about to study. Okay, gotta get them studies in. Gotta get them studies in. I don't think people understand how serious I am about school. Oh, I'm too serious about school. I'm setting it. You know how to set it?
No.
Oh, okay. Come on, Mode. I'm trying to get this alarm clock to be off of 24-hour mode. There we go. 12-hour mode. And the time right now is 8.
What's 24-hour mode?
Where it counts military time.
2?
So midnight is going to be 00. Right now, 8:29 would be 18:29. You want that?
No.
That's too much.
I do. Time on the clock. Think I want that. No, thank you. We can boogie
I'm
on
happy.
today.
Yes, I know that's right. I used to tell my students all the time, use that school resource center and
What they have at that?
use your for your unique abilities. Oh, that's not the right time for your alarm clock. It automatically put it to 6.
5:55. My gosh, I used to be 13.
You did used to be 13. There you go.
Boogie.
It's 8, and there you go. And next week is spring break. When is it? The spring break is next week for y'all?
Mm-hmm. Wait, when's the 20th?
One more week. One more week. Really, this is spring break. The spring break is the last week. This is the last day of school, so this is the week. So they have one more week till spring break. I remember when spring break used to run into Easter, but that's not like a thing anymore.
Because LJ field trip is,
All right, time to go to bed.
what's it called? My field trip is the
Okay, Layla, good night.
Good night.
The 20th is next Thursday. I love you. Palm Sunday. Yeah, Easter is not till April 20th. That seems so far away. I feel like anywho, Easter's always changing. I love you.
Love you too.
Close that bathroom door. On down.
Ouch.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you're getting your accommodations. That's really gonna take you very far in finishing. I'm so happy for you. What's the topic tonight? I don't even know. I was like, I look so cute. Let me get on here. Let me record some content. Oh, well, let me see. Let me put on my glasses and see. Oh, plus a tutor. Yes, you in there. Oh, yeah. Serving looks. No topic, just a little late night. Well, it's not. It's late for me, child, because I be tired. Just a quick little gotta go live moment. I need to record something for Top Notch Eyewear. It's like on the business page, they like when I be looking cute. Over here, they don't like me looking too cute. They like, girl, what is you doing? That's not even your niche. They like a good bonnet moment, a good under the wig braids moment. Okay. Let's do this. Send me, I was gonna say, send me a DM and let's schedule so I could create a live. Because if we're gonna do it, is it something you want to do on live? If not, we could do it offline. Yeah, the business page, they like when I'm Top Notch Eyewear here. Yeah, the black girl say something. Black girl say something does like a moment. Like, it's crazy. Ariana, hey. Lucy. Are y'all gonna be in class tomorrow? Okay. Are y'all gonna be in class tomorrow? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. I'm gonna look for jobs next week, y'all. I haven't really applied or looked for no job this month. Since the month started, you know, got a little discouraged. But I'm gonna pick myself up and dust myself off again. And I'll get back looking next week. I just had to let all the companies that I was considering work for get their layoffs out the way. Now that they done did that, I'm probably not going to be applying at those places, but I need to see what's out there because now is the time that universities, of course I want to be a professor. I would like to be a professor again in any capacity, or maybe not really any capacity. I honestly would like to do a fully online type situation. But in the event that I don't, I like the lighting more over here on the phone. Oh, no, that's too ghosty. In the event that I do like right now is the time to apply to be a professor because now is when enrollment is happening and they're seeing how many students. Most colleges, like you're going on spring break next week, but most of the undergrad universities typically take spring break the beginning of March to mid-March. So now when they come back from spring break, I want to say the last week of March is kind of like when registration starts to open up for the fall. So I need to be getting my ducks in a row, trying to see what university I'm going to work at. So I'm doing that. The funniest part about that is I just need to figure out what schools are not going to bend and shift and shape themselves based off of what's going on in the current administration. Because a lot of them do operate off of government funding. So for me, y'all know the type of work and research that I do. Are they getting rid of those types of classes? Like, are they getting rid? Because they will close a degree. For the sake of federal funding, they will close out certain degree programs. And I teach courses. The last university I was at, I was teaching minority health, healthcare ethics, legal aspects of healthcare, all of those classes, and more other classes. But the majority of those classes are going to include things like disparities and bias, implicit bias, and stuff like that. Okay, I have testing tomorrow. Okay, that's fine. I have class tomorrow. My kids have therapy tomorrow, back to back. And when they have therapy back to back, it's like I have therapy too, because I have to sit in a little bit and kind of catch the therapist up, see what they need to work on, talk about what they're working on and what they're going to work on this week or in the weeks to come, and then kind of go from there. This nail is hurting. But I'll check it and I'm gonna DM you back in a little bit when I get off of here. I'm also working on the professional development certificates. I'm excited about that. So those are going to come, the course ends April 10th. And so the people who have signed up, I have to actually check my email because we're going to be on a Zoom meeting to further discuss other things. And I'm in the process of really taking all of those videos from YouTube and putting them into a platform where, hey Bree, taking the courses and putting them into a platform where people could just go and do their classes. Oh, guess what's funny, Bree? Is your name on YouTube B Sweet 22? You gonna live a long time. That's what the old people would say. You gonna live a long time if that's you. Because why I open my laptop and that's the first comment I see on my YouTube. I can't even make this up. I just opened my laptop and there's you. Hey girl, I'm catching up on comments too because you know it's my daughter's birthday weekend, pretty much birthday month. So I've been kind of slacking on the comments. But I'm in there. I was doing it today, responding to everybody's comments. I think your comment was the one that I left off on before I went to go pick them up from school. So I'm catching up there. But yeah, that's funny. Let's see. Funny, tell y'all how funny it is. Oh no, that's fine. I like when it's long. It gives me something to interact with. Honestly, it does put me back into being in the university space. Of course, I didn't give y'all no word count. I ain't want it to be that strict. But if you are going to contribute to the discussion, you have to contribute to the discussion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So the topic that is homelessness, funny enough, I got into a conversation with a lady yesterday. I was at this women's empowerment brunch. And I know King Camille was like, what the topic gonna be? I ain't have no topic. I just be getting on live and letting the Holy Spirit lead me. Anywho, I was like, talking to her and she was asking me like what I do. And I was like, oh, I create content around racial disparities in healthcare. Anywho, it was a black lady that I met when I first got to the brunch. I was telling them earlier this morning how I met a white lady and she was like, oh, do people need to know about that? And I was like, actually they do. But she addressed me as Dr. Appleton because she saw my name tag. It said Dr. Latoya Appleton. She saw my name tag. She was like, oh, hi, Dr. Appleton, what do you do? I told her what I do. And she kind of like was like taken aback. And then she's like, oh, nice to meet you, Latoya. Whoa, I know you fucking lying. Anywho, I got into a conversation with the black lady. We were talking about, she was telling me how she was. If she's from here, but she went to school in New York and kind of like never came back and came back because of her parents and things like that. So I was like when people tell me things like that, I genuinely want to know how is that going? It has very well opened my eyes. And those pay close attention when it happens. I got that. Yep, we have to pay close attention to when those things happen. So she was telling me, and typically when people say they move back for their parents, I'm always like, how's that going? Not in a like, how's your parents' health, but really, how do you manage that? Because again, what's not talked about enough is the disparity that takes place, and it is a racial disparity. Is it in healthcare? Not necessarily, but it is a racial disparity. Like racial disparities exist in everything. And the racial disparity that I've seen as a healthcare provider when I was worked at a phlebotomist inpatient, which was in the hospital, is that people of color typically depend on their children or their grandchildren to take care of them. That is not the same for other counterparts. So there's a disparity in that, right? So when you're not of a caretaker type background, and this lady, from what she was telling me, she wasn't a caretaker in a caretaker space. She was like, oh, it's rough and this, that, and the third. And she was saying like, how not being from here, then going to New York where you didn't need a car. She came back, she had to buy a car. So it was like all of these, she was kind of trauma dumping a little bit. I had to get up at some point because I didn't want to only talk to her. I wanted to talk to other people. But in that moment, somehow we got on the topic about like the city of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, not being a walkable city. And so she was telling me how like, I have no desire to go to New York. No beef, no pressure. I have no desire to go to New York. I'm a Miami girl. So I don't want to go there when it's cold. I don't need the weather. So I kind of told her, I was like, I'm from Miami for real. I go places for leisure, but that's it. There's nowhere in my mind where I'm like, oh, I want to move there. It has to be somewhere tropical. And yes, I am somebody when I travel, and I just put my bags down and I unpack. I'm like, yeah, I want to live here. It'd be like Jamaica, Guatemala, like some. Not I can't live in Guatemala too long. It's too elevated, but places like that. Anywho, so she was like, yeah, it's not walkable and the public transportation sucks and da da da. So from that conversation, I had assumed that when she came here, she was trying to do the public transportation thing. And so I got into a conversation where I was telling her, like, when me and my kids would go to other states and other cities, we do their public transportation. We've been on the train in LA. We'll do the public transportation, but they were like, why don't we do it here? And because here you have to technically like drive to the train station to then pay to park your car to catch the train. And then even when you get off the train to where you're going, you still would have to get an Uber or something, like, you know. New York is fun to visit. I would not live there. They four-leg cousin. Oh, they four-leg cousins be running around too much. The people be having their dogs all over?
No, they talk about rats.
Oh, rats. Oh.
They be in the subway fighting over a slice of pizza. And they do not.
That's very scary.
They don't be small.
Oh, she commented rats. Somebody else commented rats. Oh, I'm good.
We is not talking about the same thing.
We not talking about the same thing. I said the dogs. She said no, the rats. Anywho, so I was telling her about social engineering and how, and I gotta go back and look at my viewed videos because I was watching the video and I lost it and I was like, oh shoot, this is what I be talking about. I love when I see the conversations happening about the things that I talk about, right? Because again, when we look at social engineering, even like here in my own neighborhood, my daughter said, what the heck is that? We was driving to school. They put a kickstand as a bus stop seat. Like all you could do is lean on it. You can't sit down. So if you have a bad hip, you at a loss. But they're doing that to combat homelessness, right? And again, homelessness puts a person being homeless puts them in a vulnerable population. Being in the vulnerable population then means, okay, y'all don't like poor people, so y'all took away the bus benches, but what about disabled people? What about pregnant women? What about women? What about children? Like, children playing by the street at the bus stop might not be the safest thing for them to do, right? That's not what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, so that's why I can talk about it now. But children running around at the bus stop is probably not the safest thing for them to do. They should have seats, right? They took away the overpass so when it rains. So now people standing at the bus stop are getting wet in the rain because y'all don't want poor people or homeless people sleeping. Because poor people and homeless people is two different things, right? Y'all don't want homeless people sleeping on the bus benches. Come on now. So what this girl video was saying is when y'all put certain stigmas or show your certain bigoted hates for certain racial groups, who you think you hating is actually bigger than that. Y'all hate poor people and took away bus benches, but now we looking at the fact of, oh, y'all took away bus benches because y'all don't like homeless people, but y'all done people with disabilities, people with children, people in general, like common courtesy and decency. Y'all don't want them to have no seats to sit on while they waiting on the bus in the sweltering hot Miami sun. Yes, they have removed that in a lot of cities for the fact that homelessness, and they want them to move away. Right, but they won't open housing for the homeless. Yeah, it's inconsiderate, dog. And so it's like, what they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do if y'all have now decided that, I don't know, it went away. Sorry, y'all. What are they supposed to do? Because now y'all decided that they don't need to have somewhere to sit down. And I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, sometimes they take up the whole bench, but shoot, that's the only space they have. Some places, they put spikes on the benches. Oh, my God.
And the underpass. So, you know the underpass, instead of removing it,
Mm-hmm.
they put spikes on it. So, you know that slanted part?
Uh-huh.
It's spiked up. The spikes are big and they kind of close together. So, even if you wanted to lay there, you could not.
Oh, wow. I know down in North Miami, I grew up with, there was a homeless man that played the violin that used to sleep up under there. God rest his soul. Like, when he died, that fucked the city up. Because he played the violin so well. Like, he would be out there. Did I cuss?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
He fucked the city up.
That's what I said. TikTok was like, ooh. They put those rise parts on to keep people from laying down. Yeah, I saw that. So like you can't have your child sit next to you. Your child got to sit on the other side of this little armrest on the bus bench. As somebody who used to always catch the bus, even like now, I'm like, oh, I want to teach my kids how to catch the bus, or not really teach them how to catch the bus, but like we could take the bus, but shoot, then again, we can't even sit down comfortable and enjoy the city sights because y'all done took away the bus benches. So yeah, social engineering, it does affect, it's racially motivated. Honestly, like I said, I made a video talking about homeless populations and how that relation of the vulnerability, that's why you would see more men being homeless than women. Because when women are homeless with their children, unless you see a man, which always gets me, because here they did a 2020 expose special of this man who was being homeless. If I could find the video on YouTube, I'm gonna see if I could like crop it and put it on my page. Hopefully TikTok don't like flag it or something. But it was here where this man, him and his wife was doing, and they had like 2 kids, was doing like panhandling. Hey, they was doing panhandling. Oh, you probably know this story, Dr. Johnson. The man that was in Miami, from Miami to Broward, him and his wife, they was panhandling, and come to find out, I'm talking about homelessness and vulnerable populations, but I'm being not messy, but I'm making a correlation real quick. If you remember the man, they did a 2020 news expo. You know, like how Channel 7, WSVN would do, like, find out the real story. And this man and his wife, they would pose as they were homeless with their 2 kids. And then they found out that he wasn't homeless. And I want to say he was probably of like an Indian descent, maybe Spanish descent. I don't remember. He was brown. He was a minority, him and his wife. But they used to be posing in front of like Targets and different places from Dade County to Broward County, 2 different counties. So nobody really put 2 and 2 together, but Channel 7 did, because they was following them around and saw that they was posing like they was homeless, and they wasn't. With that being said, you would notice that you see more men homeless. You would notice that you see more men homeless than women, because women are more vulnerable to abuse and other things, right? If they are homeless, as opposed to a man being homeless. A man, you know, would not be in as much danger as a woman. The singer from En Vogue was just released a video today and said she's been... What? You lying to me. He said the singer from En Vogue just released a video today that she living in her car for 3 years?
3 years, yeah.
And nobody ain't know? It's rough out here for all us. That's why you can't even say Dawn Robinson. That's why you can't say, oh, people 1 paycheck away. No, people is 1 missed payment away. It's hard out here for a pimp. The pimps is having a hard time. The pimps is down. I was just on my friend live, and she did Jazz in the Garden, and she's been doing Jazz in the Gardens for 14 years with a food truck. And last year, she made close to $40,000. This year, she didn't even make back her inventory that she bought for the food truck. It's hard. So this subject you're teaching is relatable in everyone, not just healthcare. That's the point. I put healthcare in there because that's like the zhuzh, but the video that I made when I was like, why are people surprised about racial pay gaps, right? As it relates to content creation, when content creation is a new emerging job. What they had said since the content creation was the new emerging, going to be the new emerging job for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So get into it. But there's different forms of content creation, right? Just like there's different aspects of healthcare. Being homeless does affect your health, does affect your healthcare. So when people are like, oh, I don't want homeless people getting tax dollars to get Medicaid and food stamps, they can't get it. They're homeless.
You gotta have a house.
And a couple of the participants of the course did look up what the requirements is in their state. And if I'm being honest with you, the requirements are the same as what we have here in Florida. You have to be working at least 20 hours a week. You got to be doing something. You cannot just not be working at all. transparent moment, I was getting unemployment and reported that to them people, and them people reduced the income, reduced food stamp, reduced the food stamp benefit. I'm getting hyped. I need to calm down. I wasn't mad because I know how to budget. But imagine somebody who don't know how to budget, right? When we talk about the different things and the policies that they want to put in place, who are those policies going to affect? You know I'm an island woman. You know I be getting... He talking about calm down, professor. This the day before class. I could get hype. I be trying not to get hype in class. It be too much because, like, I'm so passionate about this thing, dog. You wasn't even on the live earlier. I went to this women's brunch, and this woman, she addressed me as Dr. Appleton because she saw my name tag, and she said, "What do you do?" And I say, "I create content teaching courses for racial disparities in healthcare." And she's like, "Oh," she was taken aback. She's like, "Oh, people need that?" And I was like, "Yeah, because, you know, racial disparities exist in everything, but in healthcare, it does affect it. It's a matter of life and death." And she was she kind of was like, "Oh, okay." And then she said, "Oh, nice meeting you, Latoya." The nigga was too stunned to speak. It's easy to be unhoused and take care of basics if rent ain't due. Yeah, people living out of them storage units, they ain't just start doing that. She tried to little girl me, but listen, as many people as was coming up to me and telling me they like my glasses, and I was giving them business cards. Oh, she also did ask me, I forgot. She also did ask me, "Do you have a business card?" And I told her I ain't have no more. So who got little girl in the end? See the comment before that one. TikTok be blocking out comments. Oh, people were in the comments like, how she able to do XYZ? Oh, how she able to do XYZ? And then you say it's easy to be unhoused. It's easy to be unhoused and take care of the basic necessities if rent ain't due. Yeah, when rent is 90% of your income.
Yeah.
Rent be 90% of your income, and you around here trying to make ends meet. I just did a video, King Camille. He said, she said she has a gym membership, and that's how she bathes every day. Hello, people know how to survive. The thing about, here we go. Here's the racial disparity part of it. The thing about black people are African Americans, black people, and the whole diaspora of blacks, is that we were born with the instinctive survival skill. It's the generations of trauma. I don't hate to be that person, but it's the generations of trauma. We've learned how to overcome and survive before we was even brought into this world. That's why you can see, like, sometimes around here where we have a lot of homeless people, like, of course, you have your regulars. Like, when I worked in the hospital, you would have your hospital regulars. Why do you have your hospital regulars? Why they in psych regularly? So they could get something to eat. Like, now they're not taking them to jail like they used to, but them people be checking into the hospital. I just saw one of our regular homeless last week. Not the young guy, the older guy. Girl, haircut, nice, but guess what he had? He had one of them hospital bags. I said, well, he went and did his 3 days. Professor, right? A lot of people do to keep themselves together as much as they can. Yeah. 90% of the time, if nobody told people what was going on, nobody would know what was going on. That's the reality. So yeah, when we look at, you know, again, going back to what I was saying about homelessness and how it disproportionately, the dangers of homelessness, right? The dangers of homelessness, how it disproportionately affects, the dangers disproportionately affect women, trans women, all women. Did y'all see that video? Oh, tea time. Did y'all see that video? I don't know where they was at, Nashville. Oh, I gotta look it up. But the man wanted to address the trans woman. They was in like a council, one of them little council meetings. and he gonna address him as Mr. McBride. Just look it up. It's called the name was Miss. It should be Miss McBride because it's Sarah McBride. She's a woman, trans woman, and all. She's a woman. She looked like a woman. Again, that would be like me telling y'all I'm white. Do I look white? No. This is what I used to teach them in minority health. I don't look white, so I'm not presenting as white. But if I was black like this, and maybe I'm Spanish, that's another story. But I'm black, you know. So she looked like a woman. He addressed her as Mr. McBride. And so he said, Mr. And so she said, okay, Madam Chair, to him. And that white man, when we talk about, let's talk about it real quick. When we talk about white people making corrections over other white people, that's what I need to see. I need more of that going on right now in this current administration. I need more of that going on in regular life. Because again, I don't mind all races joining the class, but are you joining the class so you could correct your coworker? Because y'all got more privilege than I do. I can't correct the white woman at the job. But I be doing it though. I ain't gonna lie. I be doing it. I used to do it all the time. Before I had my doctorate, I would do it all the time. I'll never forget that they tried to make me out to be the mean black girl because I wasn't in cahootsing with them and I wasn't going out to people's birthdays after work with them. But I got to pick up my child from daycare. They calling me in an office meeting because they like, oh, you only nice to the patients. You not nice to them. I started crying. Yes, I did. I started crying. I sure did. She talking about, I knew you still did it when you said it. Girl, I started crying. I ain't played with them people. I started crying because what y'all not finna do is call me in here and make me out to be the mean black girl. And I was young too. So y'all not finna have me in here like I'm lit and turned. Because I would have been, what, 20, 24? Y'all not gonna call me in here like I'm lit and turned as the mean black girl with my little sewing in a ponytail. Talking about, oh, you only nice to the patients. Your coworkers feel. Your coworkers feel. Well, where they at? I was like, well, where they at? Have them come in here. And she's like, oh, well, they're not comfortable coming in. I started crying. She like, oh, why are you crying? I just feel like everyone is against me. I'm bawling snot. Never let them see you sweat, but baby, you're going to let them see you cry. Because once I got called, I said, oh, Lord, what I did. It was one point, there ain't never been a job. I was used to be like, oh, Lord. When I worked as a phlebotomist in the hospital, oh, Lord, I'm in the office every week. I'm in the office every week because the people don't like me. But the nurses and the doctors like me, so that take more precedence than my peers not liking me. Because I do my job, I go. I do my job, I go. I don't got time to fraternize. I don't want to have lunch with y'all. I'm going to have lunch when y'all get back. We not going to lunch together because y'all already be taking a long lunch and y'all be talking Spanish. So I'm going to go to lunch by myself, sit down and eat my lunch, come back, do my floor, do my rotation, and clock out when it's time to go home. She said, I knew you still did it. Because I talked about this before. Actually, I don't know if I talked about it on here, but on a podcast episode, I talked about like how, you know, those people when you have no control. Ooh, bless me. I feel a sneeze coming. Oh, my belly button. You know how when you, those people who have no control at home, so they act like the boss at the job? That wasn't me. But what I knew was, thank you, but what I knew was if at the workplace, if I could not let them run over me because I'm being ran over at home, I felt fulfilled. I wasn't going to let them people run over me at home, at work. Work where I got to spend most of my time? But he shows, and that white man corrected it when a white man, like, you know, they talk about black on black crime, but that white on white crime, when that white man checked that white man and said, we do things in decency and you are being indecent. He excused himself. Always got to be calm, cool, and collected. But still set boundaries, period. Yeah, so they knew very early on that they couldn't play with me. And they play with me in other ways, but they couldn't play with me when it came down to that, oh, we gonna call you to HR. That white on white crime. And you know what the white on white crime is. I like it when they be checking each other because you have to. There's a few videos in my comments where I just made a video about Bran Flakes, the guy who said he made over like 6 figures. Daisy, hey, I thought I saw you in here real quick. Where he made over like $700,000. He said he doing a brand trip. And he say, I ain't opened the application to the brand trip yet, but I'm trying to figure out how I can find out if you voted for Trump, because we don't want no Trump supporters on the brand trip. He said, I don't care if I lose followers, I followed him. I said, you gained a follower. Because before this, I had never seen any of his content. Only just like the bigger creators, black creators stitching his video. My page is very strict. When they say they built their For You page brick by brick, I don't see no foolishness. I don't see no foolishness. And I will block it if I see it. A lot of times people be about to get themselves blocked if they don't put incoming stitch on that video. And then I click on it, it be somebody that I'm following. I'm like, oh shoot, they almost got blocked. This is the video that almost got them blocked. Let me catch up on y'all comments. Being emotionally abused at work. Then my roommate had the nerve to start. Oh no, honey. Not the white on white crime. Yes, the white on white crime, Dr. Johnson. Say being, I had a supervisor, our complexion, call me in her office every day. And what she said, reviewing at Camille, keep strong and stay positive. Don't feed into it. Exactly. The same person, when I got into a severe medical issue, report me to HR, who was not white. These people be out of control. Y'all follow the millennial manager. She have a podcast. She do not play. She be cussing people out in her comments because she was talking about how to take your FMLA. And it's people like, oh, well, what if they take their FMLA to go get a BBL? And she was like, I don't care if they take their FMLA to get a fucking DBL. I was like, girl, what is that?
What is that?
She said, I don't care if they take their FMLA to get their CDL. That's not your fucking business. And she be talking, because right now she be using this same lipstick. And she be talking just like this with anything. Anything is her microphone. I'm about to copy her. Whenever I have that red lip on, I'm gonna copy her. Let me see. Let me send this to her real quick, because I'm copying her. Me and her as friends. We was friends from my other TikTok page. Because she used to do like mom-centered content. And then she transitioned into doing this millennial manager content. And honey, it really be people that think they the boss. That is not the boss of people. Like, girl, leave these people alone. You talking about what if they take their FMLA to go get a BBL? So freaking what? Yes, I was on FMLA. She also advised me that she called FMLA to find out what was going on with me.
Did they tell them?
Did they tell them? Because my sister's studying HR law. You probably could get you a check, because this one TikTok came across my For You page and say, sue them. I say, I got to figure out who I could sue, because I feel like I'm old. That was for me.
Did they tell them?
Somebody said that's a class action lawsuit. I hope not. She mentioned that the person name, and she called HR to inquire about my FMLA. Mind you, she was my supervisor. Yes, they told her.
She could sue them. That's a HIPAA violation, because that's between HR and the...
It's not HIPAA. It's something else.
It's still the disclosure of...
It's the disclosure. Yeah, they're not supposed to disclose that. It's a guy on here I follow. He will help you sue them people, even because he's not a lawyer.
It is HIPAA because it falls under FMLA.
Oh yeah, there's your medical records. That's true.
Family Medical Leave Act, that falls under that as well. It's on a need-to-know basis, and honestly,
she didn't need to know because she already had signed off on it.
Correct.
Ooh, child, girl, I just want a little 1% if you sue, because you shared the story. Look, just a little 1%. That's to show y'all I'm not greedy by no means. My time will come. She had me checking in with her daily, although I told her what happened. I know.
Oh, there was no reason for that. Yeah, you could have sued her.
Child, that is too much.
What state she in?
My sister say, what state she in?
You know what? Don't put your business on the street. Don't put your business
Look, DM me what state you in, child. Me and my sister will help you get compensation if you feel like you better do it. I'm a clown in real life. I like to have a good time, but I'm like, I just had a meeting today, and I'm saying highly educated, overachieving black woman. I do not play about my stuff. When I know my stuff, and I get it done. And I trust people who also know how to get the job done. But if you or somebody you know has been look, you got, if you or somebody you know, look, I'm leaning into the phone too, sister. If you or somebody you know has been FMLA information been leaked, I had to quit because they wanted me to return to work without being released by my doctor. You know, that happened to me when I had my daughter.
And you know, you may still be qualified for she need to go find herself a lawyer and let them know. Depending on how long ago it was, because I don't know the statute of limitation in her state, she's still right there to get compensation, especially.
So my sister said you might still be able to get compensation depending on how long ago it happened, based on the statute of limitation in your state. What else, sister? She looking up some stuff because that's what she's studying in school now. Oh, it just happened in January.
Oh, go get yourself a lawyer like yesterday.
Go get you.
They go for free. Them lawyers be
What's
free.
the name of that young man that I just followed? Because he was telling us how he sued all them jobs and he be winning because the people don't be wanting to take on the lawsuit. If they don't think it's easy, they're not gonna take it on. But he said a lot of times they won't show up because if they won't show up because they don't take it serious, you'll end up getting your payment.
Look at me.
Look. Oh, Dr. Johnson said, what state you in? His mama attorney. Period. And I just met with a paralegal today. Listen, let's get this coin. She in MO.
I have nothing to say, but
Yeah, that should be fine.
That just happened in January. Oh, 2025, girl, you finna get your compensation.
It might take a little longer, but she's still get her money.
Look, everybody looking it up. Teamwork make the dream work. Get Bree Prince some money, please. That's crazy. These people. And that's the thing. These jobs will do you any kind of way. Hence why I ain't got no job. Okay.
Quiet.
My sister said be quiet. But let me tell you what happened when I worked at the hospital. So when I worked at the hospital, what happened was the hospital at the time was one name. And when I went on maternity leave, they ain't put the paperwork in. So because they didn't put the paperwork in, it required for me to come back in 6 weeks. I didn't have no split, no tear when I delivered my daughter. So I was like, I'll be fine to go back in a week. You know, strong black woman. The drama. Okay. I'm trying to go back to work in 4 weeks. They like, oh, these lights always want to go dead. That's fine. They call themselves saying, oh, you got to get a letter from your doctor to come back in 6 weeks. So I get the letter to come back in 6 weeks. And they said, oh, they changed my schedule. In the time that my schedule got changed, let me see, 6 weeks, I go take them the letter to start back work the next week, which would have been 6 weeks. They put me on the schedule for it to come back on the 7th week. What happens? Because I was not active working for whatever, how many weeks, the hospital transitioned to another hospital and I was laid off. Now, I should have been able to sue, but this happened so long ago.
Under the Pregnancy Discrimination Act of 1978, they supposed to treat you like they would a disabled person and give you a job exactly.
What's the timeline on that? Because they owe me some money. They try us because they think we don't know our rights. Hello.
That's exactly why they do it.
That's exactly why they do it. And it's like, bro, like, dog, just help me. Let me live my life. I got like y'all. Y'all, my setup so ghetto, but it's raw. It get the job done now. Huh? It's too long ago.
Yeah, you got 180 days.
Oh, for mine it would have.
Date of the Discriminatory Act, and then 300 days of Florida law also has a state law. So you have 180 days for federal, and then 300 days for state. Because that's the problem that people don't understand. The reason why people get so much
180 days. So I wonder how much hers is. She got to get on that like tomorrow.
Well, it depends.
Her and Dr. Johnson must be DMing each other because.
So here's the problem. There are two different types of issues at play here. There's a federal law that is being, there's federal and state.
Mm-hmm.
That be half the battle. Federal, you not winning federal. Federal gonna make a fool out of you. Federal gonna put you on the federal website. The emails I get every month that say, oh yeah, we sued these people because they're being discriminatory. This is their name.
Did my pants just pop? That's not good. It sounded like it. It didn't. These new jeans, y'all, from Primark. I asked y'all where we finding shirts. I found these shirts at Primark. I know y'all said go Ross and TJ Maxx, but I don't like those stores. I don't like to look on racks. I like to know where the shirts are. Pick the shirt. I found this one in the pink, and I found it in black. I'm going to go back and get all the colors. Oh, okay. I got to go back and get all the colors.
Yeah, it's like if
Oh, I love pink.
y'all having me use my degree.
And it's not so, oh, I'm sweating, but I'm a sweaty girl. So I just like the fact that even if I sweat in the underarm, I'm going to see how they wash, but it don't sweat everywhere else. So I'm cool with that. When I get my job with some insurance, I'm going to look into getting a little underarm Botox to slow down this sweating. But my problem is when I think about the sweating, where is the sweat going to go if they stop it from sweating? Right, they really do, because they feel we are uneducated. And that's what somebody else said on TikTok. That's why they're dismantling the Department of Education, because it's how much more free labor can we get for the least amount of education, right? So if you have all of us, like I just say us because I just speak it into existence. Everybody have their doctorate. Everybody have their doctorate, say I. You gonna get it. Don't worry about that.
I'm gonna just be quiet.
I just assume everybody had their doctorate. But knowing what you know, you don't, if you've been in your field a long time, you don't need that, right? But how are they going to make the comparison to somebody who is newly graduated from high school? Because remember when getting a high school diploma, it was like, oh shoot, you got your high school diploma, you could change the world. Go to finish high school. Y'all remember that? Finish high school, you changed the world, man. Like, Then it was like, graduate from college, you get your bachelor's. Oh man, the bachelor's became the new high school diploma. The master's is the bachelor's. The doctorate always gonna still be the doctorate. Ain't nothing topping the doctorate, because what they're not going to do, they're not going like that. I almost said like that man of another race said, if he see a black surgeon, he know that it was easier for them. Sir, what part of history class did you not attend? When has it ever been easy for a black person? That's a white people thing. I almost my sister say, girl, what?
It's almost time for you to get off of it.
It's almost time for me to get off. I'm cutting up too much, my sister say.
Yeah.
How do I want to share this live with somebody, but I don't see.
Oh my God.
I don't see her on here. So let me do it like this. I'm going to share it from my other page like this.
Leave my motherfucking alone.
But yeah, I wanted to go for my doctorate, but then I started going back and forth with getting another master's. Yeah, look, I'll be thinking about getting another master's, but I don't know in what. I don't know. I was thinking health informatics. A master's in health informatics, because that's kind of like the thing right now. And I took a couple of health informatics classes in my master's. That was cute. Like I created like a little system or whatever. I was like, I could do this more, but it gotta be free, which means I gotta get a job at an institution that offers that program. Cause that's how you do it. That's how you do it. The school you want to go to, get a job there. That's how it goes. That's the way love tacos. Ooh. Ooh. But yeah, child. Bree, they did you wrong, girl. They need their ass whooped for that. These jobs will force you to quit. And let's not, and I remember somebody said on one of my lives, getting therapy in itself is a racial disparity. Because trying to get that damn FMLA letter from them therapists, like, girl, even if I don't got no job, I could still, even if I'm on FMLA, I could still see you could still get my copay. Sign this damn, no. Let me get off this job because they making my chest palpitate every time I walk in here because I feel attacked. Anywho. But on another note, y'all, so yeah, classes tomorrow, racial disparities in healthcare. So far tonight, we've covered homelessness. We have some people joining the live. Hey. Yeah, we talked about homelessness and vulnerable population and them FMLA. Yeah, we gonna get you together. Tiffany, hey. I'm so thankful I have a great therapist. Bald, beautiful, and a black woman. Yes. I have, let me see, I'm trying to think. I've never had a black therapist. But I am somebody who does extensive research on said therapist. So I want to know, like, I be asking them the questions that you would ask as a doctoral student. Because at the time I was in my doctorate. Because I want to know, like, what is your experience and research with vulnerable populations? Do you understand first generation dynamic problems in the black community? And, you know, humbly speaking, I have the understanding of, I have a mindset to understand when they're just feeding me BS from a book versus them feeding me like their actual experience, like things that was eye-opening to them. I have a black therapist and she helped me get through the entire things I experienced. That's what's up. Shout out to them. I have not had a black therapist. My son and my daughter, they had a black therapist. My son did have a black man therapist and we had to let him go. He was not good. He was so out of touch with the black boys of today. I feel like if you're working with kids, you should at least know what Roblox is. They shouldn't have to explain that down to you. Shit. That's just the reality. I feel like if I was a kid therapist, I would be watching the YouTubes and seeing what the kids are, what they're learning, who's, you know, because a lot of times the parents don't know. I've spoken at events that was like kid and parent centered, and I would ask questions just to kind of see what the kids knew and what the parents knew that their kids knew. There's always a disconnect. So I feel like if you're a kid therapist, especially to black children, you should at least know like what things they would be interested in. And granted, not all kids are the same, but let's be honest, most kids have a vested interest in the same things. So he wasn't great and he would cancel appointments, and I know that was a time where my son was like wanting the black male experience. Very quickly he was like, this not gonna work. 2 sessions and my son told me, he's like, mommy, I don't like him, that's not gonna work. So at the time they had an Indian woman. She was really good. She was attuned to like their needs and listening and stuff like that. Right now, who they got? They have a white woman right now, and she is like a white Southern woman. She do not play. She don't let him when he be like he feel like he don't want to talk. She said, no, we're not doing that today. And she pulls him together. So you had one good one, one bad. I did have one bad one myself. So my very first therapist was a white man. Then my second therapist, I want to say she was a Hispanic woman, but to me she looked like a black woman. She was okay. She kind of helped me through my first therapist. He kind of helped me identify that there was like no boundaries in abuse, and he's the one who introduced me to the book Growing Up Again. Because he was like, you seem like you like to read self-help books. And I do to an extent. Like, if it's gonna get me some results, I'll read it. So it did. And then he, shortly after, like, he left the practice. And he was the one that, when I asked him, like, how long is it going to take for me to get my life together seeing a therapist? And he was like, therapy is like a relay race. You take what you need and you keep going. You take what you need and you keep going. And so, as somebody who right now is in between business deal and contracts and don't have any insurance, I did take a lot of what I needed, and I'm going. And I'm using the tools. So I had him. He was a white man. I had the Hispanic woman. I had a white guy that was a millennial. I don't know if that was a problem. I think that was the problem for me. Me and him were the same age. And he talked too damn much. He needed therapy. Because why I got to know that you moved from here because things was high? Where did he move to? Vegas? Nevada is Vegas? He just said Nevada. He didn't say it was Vegas. Right? Where, Nevada?
I don't remember where you told me. All I know is it felt like you was therapizing him and not the other way around.
Yeah, it felt like I was therapizing him. Yeah, he talked too damn much. And it was like, and I let the insurance, that be the problem. I let the insurance pick him. And we had an appointment. I want to say I was supposed to see him every week. And then he was like, oh, well, you seem like very self-aware, so we could do every other week. And then it kind of went down to every month. And then 1 month, I get on. He like, oh, I had to cancel the appointment. And then he never like rescheduled. And I'm kind of used to the therapist attuning to the need of their schedule to be like, hey, because I had to cancel, let me plug you back in. He never called. At that point, I had a new therapist. I didn't even have that insurance anymore. I got a new insurance. And so then the therapist had put me with this one white woman who I really like was clinging to her. And then she was leaving the practice. Because I typically go to like these practices that I know have the group because I know they take the insurance. And then I ended up with another practice. I did my background. I prayed on them. One wrong move, I was like, nope. Yeah. So, yeah, I've had a slew of white therapists. But when they work in, and again, because I teach also cultural competency, again, they have to be culturally competent, right? Because there's an identity, there's a difference in understanding what's the burden of being a Black, high-achieving woman that not necessarily that doesn't have a support system, but the one who seemingly has their life together so nobody really checks on them. They kind of have to understand that, and not even kind of, they have to understand that indefinitely. Like, that's a hard boundary for me. They have to understand that, because if they don't understand that, then now I'm just spilling tea with you, girl. Just go grab a glass of wine. No, I need resources. I need tools. I need to understand some things. And it was another therapist had told me, they be dropping gems now. They be dropping gems. Right, how can you help? Because at this point, I got tea. And before I was going live on TikTok, I was going live on YouTube, sharing my tea over there. So I don't want to be sharing my tea with you and leave with no resources and leave with no what I need to do this week to overcome what I'm going through. So that's what I would look at. If after the first session, I'm not feeling it, and I've been really, truthfully, I've been blessed to not have been in a space where it's like, and humbly, even though I guess I paid for the insurance, but I didn't have to pay for the sessions. The job that I was working, the insurance was really, they had 3 options. I went with the high option because it had lower deductible, which thank God, because when my daughter had that gymnastics fall, all them tests and seeing those specialists, like, I didn't receive one bill for that. I think I received one bill for $200, and I was like, I'm not paying that. And I called the insurance, and they took care of it. The doctor's office wanted to be an asshole about it, but the insurance took care of it. I have that recorded call. That lady was, well, if I put it through again and they don't cover it, then what she gonna do? He was like, can you just put it through? I'm giving you a verbal prior authorization. Like, girl, you a little too spicy to be at the front desk of this doctor's office. Calm that down. Because this about my baby. And about my baby, I'm about to drive up there. and show you what being from Miami means. Ooh. TikTok, I'm still here. I'm running my mouth. You don't see the people liking the live and comment. TikTok, how you still there? I told her, I think what I'm hearing is I need a new therapist. That was my last session with her. Yeah. Baby, I would just ghost the therapist. I'm not circling back. The black therapist that my kids had was the therapist that got me to the point where I got them the psychoeducational evaluation and was able to, from that evaluation, my daughter saw another therapist, and that therapist recommended a psychiatrist, and the psych NP got her the medication she needed. So, you know, it all works. And her psych NP is a black woman. Her therapist is a white woman. So it all works out in the end. Oh yeah. I feel the progress, the change, the confidence, and things are really looking up for her. And me. Because I did the work. It all works out in the end. Bree, it's gonna work out for you in the end, girl. You have some resourceful people on the live. They gonna get you to help you find out what you need to do, boo. Because them people tried it. And another thing what these jobs will do after you leave, they want to shut your email out so quickly. Like, girl, you know I got that evidence in there. That's why one job before I left.
It's not about you getting the evidence. They have to keep that on file, because if they can't show proof and it's in there and they show that they told that lady all that other stuff, if they can't show proof, they gonna be guilty.
Oh, my sister said if they can't show proof, they're gonna be guilty.
They have to show proof that they gave FMLA, and they have to research all of the stuff that she's.
Yeah, they gotta keep that stuff on file. She said
they
they did that immediately. Yeah, because baby, when I knew I was leaving one job, baby, I was emailing that stuff to myself.
Anything that's having to do with your health or FMLA, you should know to yourself.
Yeah, I was emailing it. I used to blind CC all my emails to myself. Oh, it came to my personal email good, because they tried it. Girl, so we all just looking for jobs, huh?
As I'm applying to them right now.
My sister applying to jobs. I ain't applied to no jobs since this month started.
I hate applying for the state government because they want all your information. I mean, all of it.
Yeah, they want a copy of this. They want a copy of that. I haven't applied. So what how many days into the month we is? 12? I've been 12 days of no applying to job. 12 days free of applying to jobs, y'all. They also tried to say. They tried to say it was job abandonment. Ooh. But I was on FMLA. They sucked them up. They crazy.
Oh, she gonna get them.
Yeah, you gonna get your due justice. What they say that what they be saying? Listen, we gotta act like white people in this season. Not like that. I take that back a little bit. Thursdays are great days to apply. Forget the reasoning. She said Thursdays is a great day to apply to jobs. Okay, I'm gonna look into it, boo.
Baby, I'm doing it right now.
My sister doing a job application now. I said I'm gonna look at jobs tomorrow to apply. Like, cause if it's there, it's gonna be there next Thursday. So my process is a little bit more of look for the jobs and then sit down, put my thinking cap on, power up my spirit, and apply. Cause it's so draining. I would much rather be reading a book than to be applying for a job. If I gotta answer one more damn question, if I gotta upload, as my sister doing a job application right now, I did some apps late in the week.
First of all,
wee hours last night.
I'm gonna start asking your followers if they want to be my reference. Just tell them I'm great.
Oh, my sister said she gonna start asking if y'all want to be her reference.
Just start telling.
Oh, cause that government job that you applying for, they need like 3 references, and they want the people personal email. You put me?
No, I did not put you. I put the presidents that I've known of these associations
that have them big jobs.
They need to work.
Yeah, they need to work for you.
Hello.
It need to work for you. You part of the association. You should be getting something out of it, and your mentor too. Yeah.
I didn't put her yet. I'm still filling her out. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. So I deleted Indeed earlier this week, and it felt so good. It felt like breaking up with that nigga. You know, you been supposed to break up with. It felt like that, y'all.
You know, TikTok know you black, but they be acting like you not when you saying the N-word. Come on now.
It felt so good to break up with Indeed. Because again, why is y'all stalking me talk about, oh, you not looking for work? Yeah, I'm looking for work, but the work y'all giving is not working. And it's too good to be true. It ain't even no real job. So I deleted Indeed, and that was like my win for the week. I felt so liberated. Liberated, living like we ain't got time. Yes. So goodbye Indeed. Now I'm not looking for jobs on LinkedIn. I'm gonna look for jobs on Earn Better because somebody before, like maybe 2 months ago, recommended Earn Better on one of my videos. So I'm on there and I see they don't spam me with a lot of emails. So that might be something good or bad. So I'm gonna go on there. What I do is I go on the site. I look, like for me to look for jobs to apply, it's a whole process. That's what I did. Fed and state shut down jobs. Thanks to, she say Fed and state jobs shut down thanks to Wig. I told you I call him Wig too. I call him Wig too, girl.
Yeah,
my kids call him Trunk.
I let them get all their layoffs out the way, and it's like we here, so.
Yeah, they got all their layoffs out the way, but it's like, do I want them to hire me so they could let me go in the next 90 days again?
Yeah, because I'm just gonna sue them. Didn't we just discuss that?
Okay.
Because as much as Wig be saying stuff, the laws are already.
Oh, like that lady sued him. That lady who he tried to get rid of in Department of Labor, honey, she sued him and won. And her job was happy that she back at work. Her people was out there cheering her on. I said, go ahead, Grandma.
Yeah, because.
And they say that's one of many cases that he has lost. So we don't even know all of them. Because let's be honest. I'm living in a time right now where all I want to do is keep up with health news for the sake of keeping my knowledge current. Because how do you hold yourself to the current standard of what's going on in the healthcare industry? Going to conferences, which I can't do right now. Reading the books, the books that's already in place. And then going on these websites like KFF.org or some of the medicine journals. Those are like the 3 ways to keep yourself current. Everything else outside of that, I really don't care what's going on in the government right now, but I care what's going on in the government right now. And that's the part that sucks. It sucks royally. Because why is there a Tesla dealership at the White House? Ain't that like the worst form of nepotism? Like, I don't even think you're supposed to be using your presidency to be selling cars.
Well, there is a list of things that you can't do, but there's
that got to be one of them, sister.
No, but there's also a list of things. There also doesn't exist a list of things that you can't do. If we should have a president after this is all over.
Oh, Tiffany, you still here, girl?
They gonna come out with a new list of shit we can't do.
If what?
If we make it through this presidency and they give us another president, they gonna come with a whole list of shit we can't do.
Listen, he's the like how they say your first child is how you learn. Now, mind you, this is his second term, but because he got that second term, he testing to out some boundaries. He testing out some boundaries. Your first child is like your child you kind of learning. Remember now, he in his second child phase. That second child, anybody got multiple children? I can't say too loud. But that second child.
It's one of the things where I don't have
He think he
children.
that second child.
He think he's smarter than the average though. And I'm not
As a first child, I know that second child. I just gotta make sure y'all hear me. I have a second child. That second child.
All he want to do is debate with his auntie.
That second child let you know you really ain't had no rules with your first child. So he did his first term. That was like the first child. He ain't really have to do much. The first child you kind of just learning as you go.
We was in COVID.
We was in COVID. We was shopping on Amazon. We was buying stocks. We was starting businesses. Like, my son started his business in COVID, right? We was starting businesses. Y'all, I'm ready. Y'all know I'm ready to take my wig off. What else we was doing? What else y'all was doing in COVID? Yeah, that second child gonna test the waters, honey. She said my twins are my second. But that girl, Lord, I be ready to do the walk. Oh, girl. You got twins? Oh.
That's the part that I heard. She talking about, girl, boy, it don't matter. It's two
She
of
said them twins is her second. But that girl, so you have the boy and girl duo twins? That girl gonna do it. That boy probably think he's Spider-Man if he little. Them kids, them boys be Spider-Man. Even if they don't have like a Spider-Man like, they be Spider-Man. It's like, what the hell? She said, thank God I'm one and done. Girl, thank God, because
And thank God I'm just living through y'all.
that second child. So Wig is in his second child phase. And so what you can expect in the second child phase is everything that he doing. I've never did any of this before. So I'm going to put my homegirls on. I'm going to make new rules. I'm going to make new... Because with your second child, what you got to do? You got to make new rules. Like when my daughter was 10, I wasn't making no rules, no lists, no checklists. I wasn't doing that. That second child. Love that second child. But he in his second child phase. So in the second child phase, he is literally doing... Remember, birth order matters. He in second child phase. He doing everything that he didn't get to do the first time around.
And then some.
And then some. The White House is a Tesla dealership. As somebody who drives a Tesla, there ain't no Tesla dealerships. There's no such thing as a Tesla dealership. He bucking the system. He got a job as a felon. He bucking the system.
And if
He put his homegirls on
first of all,
who don't. He making departments.
if he could get the job, ain't no reason I shouldn't be able to get a job. Qualified or no. Let me just clock in.
And my great aunt used to always say, before she died, my son gonna be president. She got dementia now, y'all. But my whole thing is this. If she was in her right mind and she knew Wig was president again, she said, Lord, take me now, Jesus. She would say that. God knew not to have her in her right mind right now. The truest form, the nepotism at its truest definition. Let me tell you something. I want my kids to be nepo babies. I want to be able to say, King Camille, my daughter, and she actually has done this before. Girl, you open up your psychology practice. I don't know if that's what you want to do, but I'm just talking. Because I know you're going to school for psychology. You open up your psychology practice. My daughter then did administrative assistant for Top Notch Eyewear. She just a new grad from high school. She need a job. She moving out there where you at. Hey, and I done got her apartment because her mama be doing that. Hey, you need a receptionist? She get her that hired, exclamation point. That's what we trying to be on. That's what we trying to be on. Man. Dr. Johnson, the chair of some department, and my son is a chemical engineer. They need a professor. Hired. That's what I'm trying to be on. That's what we on.
I'm just a girl.
That's what we on. I want, listen, like I made the video, it's definitely, Wig is definitely giving. My homegirl business not doing good. Can y'all go support her, please? Please. Please. Go help her. Her business not doing good. We in the energy. This man said we in an energy crisis. Y'all need to buy electric cars. Sir, if we in an energy crisis, do you even know what crisis mean?
He don't know what crisis means because he messing
Maybe
up
he
all
meant Chrysler. Chrysler, Jeep.
He messing up all the jobs. We can't even get him to buy the damn car.
First of all of the banned words is the words
That he used.
that make up my degree.
First of all, them the words that he using to try to get us to buy these electric cars.
Oh, God. All the banned words is the words that encompass a doctorate in health science that concentrates in global health. You open up the first page of one of the books. The name of my book is Nevertheless She Breastfed Despite Racial and Cultural Disparity.
You gotta beep, 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 beep.
We about not gonna have no energy tomorrow. He don't know about shit. Thank you. Yeah. My book is literally called Racial Disparities in Healthcare. Now when I say the name of the book, oh, you can't say racial, so beep, beep. Shit. Oh, beep. I probably could say shit. Let me see. Okay, despite beep and beep, beep. Oh, you also can't say breastfeed. So, nevertheless, she beep, despite beep, and beep, beep. Lord Jesus. He done F the whole game up. He done F the whole game up, bruh. So, I don't even know. That's why when I said I stopped looking for jobs. I haven't looked for a job since I got the 2 calls. Like, one job I didn't even apply to. They put in my paperwork, but I'm not going to start that probably till August, if all goes well. Because I asked for a sign-on bonus, and I asked for, like, them to put me some extras on there. Okay? Again, this is the end of March is the time that universities start putting their funds together. I don't want to work at a state-funded school because a lot of the state-funded schools are federally funded. So I already had knew because of what Ron DeSantis is doing, and we call him Boots. What Puss in Boots is doing.
What Wigs and Boots is doing is
Wigs and Boots. And he want to make it like he don't like Trump. But I'm like, since when you don't like Trump? Because you ain't run for president. He trying to make his wife run for, I was like, I might run as a joke. Nah, I win. Nah, I don't even want the job. But I don't know. I got to see what the benefits is.
the benefits.
Because
Is you get to run your mouth.
Because right now I got time. Like, I got time. But I don't need them pulling my old videos seeing that I be saying stuff. You know, that's how they get. Good thing I ain't on Twitter. Because Twitter is really where people be pulling up people old stuff.
So really, what will really happen at that point is they be pulling up them screenshots. But honestly, it's one of those things where you can just be like, I was young and turned and.
He say run and I will be your chief of staff. That's what I'm talking about, Nepo. Nepo. And Lay could be the secretary of state. And LJ be the attorney general.
And meanwhile, I'm just walking around. I really ain't got nothing else.
My sister gonna be my stylist. I got to put you to work. You're not gonna just be walking around looking cute. You're gonna be my stylist. Ina is definitely in charge
Why
of.
some girl with my name? I hate when people have my name because it don't happen often. But it's like Haitian American Edwina, crowned Miss Miami Garden 2025.
Really? Let me see her. I don't know no Edwina. She must be young.
She is.
And Ina gonna be the person that put the my content creator sister, my content producer sister. She's gonna be the one that let the people in with the press pass.
Oh, she'll like that.
Mm-hmm.
She is cute.
Cause she know how to make the people. Oh, I don't know her, but she's so cute.
At least all that Edwina's I seen is cute. That's all that matters.
Oh, she's so little. In comparison to her standing next to everybody, she's so little and cute. Text me or email when I get a chance. Oh, I thought you was saying for a job. I don't want to work there. One of my clients that I did her glasses, she worked there. A few people I know work there. I was like, He talk about, I know. FIU. But I'll do the, you better search your email and get my email. Somebody text you my email. Why is it not saved in my contacts, sir? I'll text you. Yeah, so when I talk about state-funded schools, that is not one, honey. DeSantis got that one sewed up tight, so tight, baby. They checking the people's syllabus to see what you teaching and what you shouldn't be teaching.
Oh, my sister gonna get in there and they gonna be so mad because she gonna be like, let's learn about all this stuff.
Oh yeah, because I would submit a generic syllabus and get in class, and I get off the chain.
No, I'm talking about if you run for office.
Oh, if I run for office, cultural competency is a mandatory class. I don't care what your profession is.
They gotta learn about history first. God.
Yeah, history is mandatory.
They trying to get rid of how they teach it.
Oh, because U.S. history is mandatory, and if you go to a HBCU, African American history is also mandatory.
Right, but DeSantis want to get rid of that part.
Jesus Christ.
The African American part.
The African American part is crazy, because there's no history without African American history.
You think we don't know that?
Oh, you know, I Y'all know I be serious.
Look, it's starting to get late. It's
With-
time people to bed.
With the current government, it's making me question to stay in higher education or not. I would get into higher education for the benefits. I talked to a lot of the old school professors are about to retire. Are you confident in your opportunity starting in August? No. Am I hopeful that I will start it in August? Yes. Am I hopeful to start a opportunity in August? Also yes. Because I know it's harder to pick up, like right now, if I was going to be teaching in the summer, I would have a job already. I don't. So I need to get to applying. I ain't applied to a job all March. So I'm going to start applying to jobs next week. I'm going to look at the universities that's offering online if they're further away. Because now is the time to kind of start getting registration. As somebody who worked as a coordinator, I know what is the time for registration is. So registration time is going to be opening up soon. They're looking at numbers and they're like, oh, we need professors. So I'm going to throw my name in some pools and stuff like that and see how that works out for me. But aside from that, I'm hopeful. I did get a call about some paperwork. So it seems promising. But, you know, we are vigilant. We watch as well as pray. Because, you know.
Y'all need to pray hard for me, because
My sister say send up a little job prayer for her, y'all.
it's high, boss.
Look. Throw her name in the hat, Lord. Exactly, vigilant. They throwing up the prayer hand, sister. Little sprinkle, little heart. Yes. From our heart. Look, we touch a degree. We can make some things happen, child. Look, you got some praying hands in the comments. I know that's right. But yeah, I figure when we we'll see what happens, child. We'll see what happens. Look, pray for everyone. Yes. Look, I be praying for the black kids because, I don't know, education is really going to shit. And, you know, parents can only do so much teaching with what resources they have. I know everybody's like, education starts at home. But the parents ain't educated. How much more education y'all want the kids to have? The teachers is tired. The teachers can't even use their love for teaching.
First of all, everybody that I've talked to over the last year, they don't work in, they used to be teachers, they don't work in teaching no more. They leaving to go do HR, training and development, IT.
Oh, a lot of people leaving from teaching to do training and development, IT, all type of other stuff. The people done lost their zeal and their passion for teaching.
First of all, these new ones never had it.
The new ones never had it. I don't know, sister. I feel like, you know, a lot of the, even like the Gen Z, like them was the ones they was in like elementary school. And like, when I grow up, I want to be a teacher because they had good teachers.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, education wasn't valued in my household. When I was growing up, I can't tell you what was valued in my household. I don't know if I'm not going to say education. It wasn't like, it was an unspoken rule, right? To just go to school. Like, nobody told me to go to college.
My mom told me.
Nobody told me to go to college. It wasn't like, oh, my baby gonna go to college when she grow up. I didn't hear those types of things. Like how I speak over my children, like, oh, my daughter gonna go to cosmetology school. We've been kind of saying that for a long time. I know she want to do marine biology, like oceanography. But to be quite honest with you, she could do that for fun. She could waste mommy's money and go to school and do that for fun. But her heart is in cosmetology. My son, he want to be a YouTuber. I told him that's great, but you got to get a degree in business so you can know how to run this YouTube. Or you could go to school for engineering because, you know, YouTube need that. Huh? And he loved to pull stuff apart. And even better, and he's very analytical, he's very critical. So I'm like, you want to be an engineer? First I was telling him, you want to be an electrician? Because again, in black communities, the disparity, y'all know I'm gonna tie back in. Don't get sick of me. You stay on here with me long enough, everything is a fucking disparity. But the disparity in the black community is children are only exposed to 6 careers. Black boys are only exposed to 3 careers. Y'all know two of them is sports. Half our children don't even have the ability to be pro sport, whatever, in these white dominated industries, right? So it's like, yeah, they only get exposed. So a lot of what I like to do is offer that exposure. Like, I created a curriculum. It has not gotten picked up yet, but it costs money for me to get it picked up. I'm the same about how everything stems from enslavement and WS. I push minds for the arts, engineer, and communication. Hello. Yeah, we just was at the STEM Fest like 2 weeks ago. I was like, y'all want to do forensic science? Because that's like a big deal. They're like, nah. I wouldn't want to do that either. But I just want y'all to know that if that's what you want to do, I support you.
I did send me a job once as a forensic photographer.
Yeah. So we have to get, to a place where we're exposing our kids. There's one trend that's always going to make me a little misty in the eyes, is when the teacher put her hand out and it says teacher, and the kids put their hand there and all the things that they want to be. And it's like, I hope that they be everything that they want to be. The children are the future. But the children can't be the future if they can't read. How I know they can't read? I was dealing with this at the college level, undergrad.
You know there's a girl suing her college and her high school?
For what?
She never learned to read. She was able to pass all the way through, still don't know how to read.
Oh my God. You know
I
that
don't
man?
know if she made it to college, but she did graduate high school. And
She said my son is studying physics. Ooh, I met a physics professor in my time tenuring as a professor. People who do physics, they love that stuff. I'm an optician. Opticians use physics. We use physics and engineering. Not to that magnitude, not to that degree, but baby, let me tell you something. Once I got to talking to him about MX equals, she said they don't. He got so excited. He's like, oh, you know that formula? You use that? I do use it. I do. She said, read or write. A lot of kids don't know how to write in cursive. Mine do. Ooh. My son learning right now. I got him a book. Look, I got them doing crossword puzzles. Listen, I'm making sure that spatial awareness in their brain don't be empty. I want their brain to grow into that space. Okay? I want when they start driving and I ask them where's north, south, east, and west, and they could get there with no GPS. No matter where they at, they could get home. No matter where they at, they could get home.
I can get home, but you be in the way.
But here's the thing. Policies, because remember, policy is education. Policy is healthcare. Policy is life, right? In the American system. So if the policy for educators is teach these kids how to pass the test, they're not able to teach them life skills. They're not able to teach them how to read. They're not able to teach them how to write. They're able to teach them how to memorize a passage to find the answer. Like that man who been learning how to read on TikTok since 2020. He just did such a vulnerable video. Shout out to that brother. But he ain't learned how to read, and he been learning how to read, and now he got a divorce or whatever. And he on here, no shade to him. But now he is at a loss because while he don't know how to read, or he's been learning how to read, he still need help with basic understanding of forms and things like that, trying to get out on his own from this divorce. I don't know if he was married, but he said he fallen out of his relationship.
We gotta get back to hooked on phonics.
We got to get back to hooked on phonics. We got to get back to every child left behind. Schools here removed a lot of tools in education. Yeah, a lot of the things that I know now, I attribute to, I had a great high school education. I was in Magnet. I was in the Academy of Information Technology program. But aside from that, when I finished my classes, and another school I was in the BEAT program, which was the Bioengineering Agricultural Technical Program. Something like, I think it was BEAT or BEAM. But I was in that program. And again, there's one old classmate of mine. I graduated high school in 2006. And I feel like after 2006, that's when everything went to shit. But one classmate of mine, he's a chef. Where he learned how to cook? High school. And the food is good. We used to buy meal plans from him. The way I'm able to publicly speak and do all of that, I learned that in high school. When I took public speaking, I was so confused when I was taking public speaking in college. Remember, I went to community college. I was working in the day, going to school at night, because I had to have my mom taking my little brother. So when I first started college, I was going to school at night. Who at night school community college? With 18-year-old me, 17-year-old me. The people my mama age. And we doing public speaking, and they want to partner with me. And I'm like, why y'all don't know how to public speak? Y'all big grown. I learned public speaking in high school, which transitioned me to be a part of a club where we had to create a business. And we created a business, and my business went to the state level, and I went out of state and won 3rd place on this business that I created. I learned a lot in high school, especially I wasn't into no mess. I was more of like everybody knew me, but I wasn't friends with anybody type of person. Man, I learned so much in high school. We used to have to take employability skills, but I was already working, so that was resume writing, interview skills, how to call to see if jobs was hiring, because this was a different time. It was King Camille. We was on live earlier talking about how it was a simpler time. Erica said that it was a simpler time. One of my first apartments, I just paid them the $500 and I moved in that day. The people downstairs was getting evicted. I told the man downstairs I gave him $20. He brought me that furniture upstairs. Furnished my whole apartment with somebody eviction stuff. It was a simpler time. None of that. They didn't teach us anything. Lord. I want to say too, I can't remember where my mentor is from. And I call her my mentor because she's older than me. She's a chemist. I've talked about her quite frequently on here. And I can't remember where she's from. Oh, it's losing me right now. But she talks about how where she's from, they didn't regard education as important. And they were one of the most illiterate cities. She's 66, so I don't know if that's still true today. But yeah, when we talk about places that had good education, there is an understanding that there's a disparity in some areas that had really poor education, right? Because a lot of funding, like from my school, I went to what would be considered an inner city school. But you know who kept the school running? The rappers, the ball players. I don't know if he still played football or basketball or whatever, but Willis McGahee, he donated a lot of money to our school for us to do like robotics and things like that. I can't remember who the rapper was, but that donated a lot of money to our school. Trick Daddy donated a lot of money to the school that's like our competitor school. So a lot of these people, they would donate money to the schools to make up for that lack, right? The definition of get out the hood and help the hood, that was like a big thing here in Miami. I don't think nobody's doing that now. Yes, I learned a lot in my high school years. Life skills I learned was typing in middle school. Yeah, my son is taking typing. He just got a certificate. How many words per minute he know how to type now? 15, 20. Shoot. In 5th grade, 20 words per minute. And also he was a COVID schooler. Because he started 1st grade in COVID. Not kindergarten, but he started 1st grade in COVID. So he typing 20. He better know how to type 20 words per minute. He wanna play Fortnite on keyboard. He better know how to type 20 words per minute. But he learned that, yeah. I found her email and shared it with the event organizer. All right, cool. I'll look out for that email. You know what date? You have a date? Did you say it was virtual? Let me go back and look. Because, I don't do no driving. I need tires. I'm finna make me a GoFundMe.
I think you should make something for some tires. I like that.
March 31st. Okay. Let me put it on the calendar. Oh, that's a Monday after them kids go back to school. All right. Monday at 6. Okay, that works. I'll put it on my calendar. Let me send myself a text. But yeah, y'all. I done been on here running my mouth, organized, taking notes, and sending yourself a text. Oh, because if it's not on the calendar, I gotta send myself a text. From the business phone to the personal phone. You know, if it's not on the calendar. I even gotta put the class that I teach on the calendar for Thursdays because I will forget. Especially considering Thursdays now has been the busier day. Because the young man decided he want to have his thing on the same day as his sister thing. So I got both of them on Thursday and then class. Next week, not next week, the last week of this month, we doing swimming lessons. So I'm excited about that. And it's free, y'all. Because what this mama that's in between contracts and business deals, she gonna find something free for her and her kids to do. Yes, indeed. I think I have something to go to tomorrow. No, it's next week. Next week I have a quite a few little events to go to. That's fun. I'm tired of networking. I'm tired of looking for jobs. I'm never tired of teaching though. That's the funny part. I'm working on it's not my second book. I'm working on my 5th book. It's 2 books. This one of the books, because me and my sister looked into how to get a book into Five Below. And so I have something that is already written up, but I'm zhuzhing it up because we're going to get that book into Five Below before the end of the year, right? Okay. So I want to get a book into Five Below. And I want to so I want to publish 2 books before the end of the year. The goals on the bingo card for this month is sew a pillow. I have some really nice material that I bought a while back at a pop-up shop. So I want to sew a pillow. Joann's Fabric is going out of business. I did get a couple of little trinkets, nothing too major from there. But they don't seem like they want to go out of business. They seem like they're trying to make their money back before they go up out of here. I need that stuff to be cheaper. What else want to say? I'm walking and I haven't been stretching, but I'm supposed to be stretching because I want to be have a little bit more mobility. But yeah, that's it. I got to do something else because if I ain't going to get no job, I need to be, I can't be a bum on the log. And I'm not, I got to move around. I got to keep myself busy. I intend to pick back up crocheting. Y'all know I decorate the little tree for every season. And we have us a good time. I want to plan in the summer like a little tea party. I had tried to plan one last year, but it fell through. But I want to try to plan one this year. Hopefully I could do it like potluck style. That's the benefits of having a house, right? It's like I don't have to look for a hall or anywhere to have something. But it'd be real cute to have it. I've been pulling my backyard together little by little. Y'all, I did it. I did the TikTok shop thing, but not because I wanted to do it. TikTok kept recommending it, and it seemed like they're not going to push my videos unless I do it. I have to go. I have to be up at 4 a.m. Have a great night, everyone. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I got to go, too. Not that I got to be up at 4 a.m., but I definitely do be up at 6. At 6 be looking like midnight over here. All right, y'all. So remember, tune into Black Girl Say Something. You stay on TikTok Shop. So the book that I've been recommending, I went to find it and saw that it was on TikTok Shop. So I have a little showcase on my page now. I stay on TikTok Shop too as a consumer. I don't want to be a reviewer, but I do want the
You about to tell these people your business.
I do want the steam cleaner, and so they was like they'll give it to me. So we'll see if I get it. And I saw a leaf blower because I'm trying to get the backyard right. Y'all know my daughter just turned 15, but prior preparation prevents poor performance. And I got a year to pull this backyard together because this is where the Sweet 16 gonna be. Yeah, I buy stuff off of TikTok Shop all the time. And I have been doing it from my business page because I'm like, at least if they try to scam me, then I can actually sue them. Because my business page has like more, and I don't use a Cash App card. I know Sweet 16. I know she just turned 15, but that's how we do. We be planning. I know my babies. I made a joke today. I was like, you have such a type A mama. Probably when you grow up, you're going to want to be type B. And I said, she's so extreme. She probably going to be type Z. She going to be like, I'm buying my ticket and I'm already on the plane. You will be hooked. I had to put myself on punishment. Yeah, I love me some TikTok shop. Like on my business page, I go to my orders. I don't order wigs off of there. Like nothing recently. I haven't ordered anything, I think, since 2023. I have a red wig. There was a wig that I returned. My friend, for her birthday, I ordered her the little bracelet with the sunflower bracelet that spin. I think I ordered like the little mic off of there a long time ago. I haven't ordered anything since 2023. Like I have stuff in carts, but nothing that I've ordered recently, except that bracelet. I ordered that bracelet. Let me look. Oh, I had an incense holder that I ordered, but it broke. My son dropped it, threw a ball, and it fell. What I want to order off of there? I want to order these little Tiffany lookalike bracelets and the little cherry to go on the Coach bags. Because I have a couple Coach bags. But for my daughter's 13th birthday, I had bought her a Coach bag last year. 14. She got the Coach bag last year. And so I was like, we could zhuzh it up with some of these charms. That's her. I know she got money when she take that bag when she go out. If she don't take that bag when she go out, ain't no money in them. That's her. Spend the day out with me while I spend money bag. Okay. But yeah, y'all. On that note, remember I have an episode on Patreon. Y'all can check that out over there. Talking about living through divorce. What to do when living through divorce. What can you do, right? That's on Patreon. Classes tomorrow, so make sure y'all are there. Be square. If you don't catch it, you know it's gonna be on YouTube. So head over to the YouTube. But it's been fun chitting and chatting with y'all. Y'all know we have a good time. I'm gonna start turning these things into parties, okay? King Camille, I'm gonna check your message. B Prince, you need to get on that. Them people gonna get sued. You gonna get your due justice. 6, welcome to the live. All right, y'all, I'm up out of here. Thank you for all the info. Good night, y'all. Take care. You're welcome.